Time now for our weekly feature, A Place We Call Home.
Tonight, ABC 7's Linda Carson takes a trip to Venice.
Did you know that Venice was once one of the hottest spots in the state for drag racing? And to celebrate Venice's wild days, a new exhibit called Burning Rubber has just opened at the Venice Museum and Archives. Drag racers were terrorizing downtown Venice streets. Instead of arresting them, the chief of police organized them into a drag racing club called the Vagabonds and gave them a place to race safely.
Chief Shockey was instrumental in getting the city council to approve the club and getting the lawyers involved to make sure everything was on the up and up, and also getting the FAA, which at that time was called the CAA, involved in giving a sanction to use the airport as a drag strip.
The races were held right on the taxiway at the airport.
You just drove right off of the city street and right onto the airport, and we would line everybody up with their automobiles next to the taxiway, and we used the taxiway.
The drag strip attracted drag racers from Tampa to Fort Myers to Florida's East Coast.
We started having huge crowds, and that was kind of our demise in a way, because it got to be so popular that people that lived in the area next to the airport, which I was one of them, lived in the area, people started complaining about the noise and the traffic.
That was huge for Venice.
At that time, Venice was late 50s, wasn't very populated. I think the population was less than 1,000, somewhere around 700 plus. And for them to come in and actually have a drag race where they have over 10,000 people coming in, it meant a lot.
That was the downfall of the drags, because the city council said this is getting to be too much, and we need to start, downshifting a little bit.
And so the drag racing in Venice ended. But it had put Venice in the spotlight and caused a surge in Venice's population.
It really brought in a lot of people that had never been to Venice before, and they were able to move here later on, and that's when we started having our boom in the early 60s.
And the Vagabonds are still around today.
We meet the last Saturday every month down at Jim's Auto Repair on East Venice Avenue.
And they talk about the old days, about burning rubber, back when drag racing was king in Venice. The top speed at the Venice drag strip was 141 miles an hour in a quarter mile. Now that was amazing back then, although today they can reach about 300 miles an hour in that distance. The exhibit Burning Rubber will be at the Venice Museum through January 25th.